Sumo's wait for its 74th Yokozuna goes on. Despite taking home the Emperor's Cup in the January meet, there will be no white rope in the immediate future for Ozaki Takahashi, as the Yokozuna Deliberation Council on Tuesday decided against recommending him for promotion to sumo's highest rank, using the English phrase high level several times to describe the kind of championship that Takahashi failed to earn. YDC Chairman Masahiko Komura told reporters that although one committee member had informally raised the idea of promotion when chatting before the meeting, there wasn't any sentiment in that direction generally, so it wasn't discussed officially. The move was an unsurprising one, with many commentators and fans expressing the view that consecutive losses to Komusubi-ranked opponents on day 11 and 12 in the Hatsu Basho had scuttled Takahashi's hopes of becoming grand champion before March, against a field which contained no other Ozaki or Yokozuna. The 26-year-old failed to dominate in a manner which would have made promotion impossible to deny. Takahashi himself seemed to anticipate the outcome of the YDC's deliberations when speaking to reporters the morning after his title win. The Ozaki, who admittedly is rarely, if ever, exuberant, didn't have the air of a man that had just won a championship during his 28-minute video call with Sumo's press club. Shibata Yama left, and Masahiko Komura speak at a news conference following a Yokozuna Deliberation Committee meeting at the Ryogoku Kokujikan in Tokyo on Tuesday. Sumo Press Club, injury, and a sense of missed opportunity may have been weighing on the mind of the veteran, who preferred to talk about the future and was impatient and testy with one journalist who raised the topic of his history before turning professional with certain opponents. The YDC's decision was widely anticipated, and it's hard to argue against it being the right one. Had Takahashi been made grand champion on the back of two straight 12-3 records, with just one being a championship, it would have been the softest promotion since either Futa Aguro in 1986 or Tamanumai in 1970, depending on how you evaluate such things. The oft-cited criteria for promotion to Yokozuna is consecutive YSH championships, or YSH equivalent at the rank of Ozaki. Takahashi's playoff loss in November and title win in January technically qualified him for promotion based on that standard, but, as with many aspects of sumo, such things are essentially precedent and tradition-based, rather than strictly codified, or hard and fast rules. The low number of wins, lack of top-tier opposition, and failure to stamp his authority on lower-ranked men all counted against Takahashi this time around. All hope is not lost for the Tokiwa-yama stableman, however, and the YDC did present a glimmer of light by calling him the closest wrestler currently to the rank of Yokozuna. While that may seem self-evident given that Takahashi is the only extant Ozaki in the sport, and will be so again in March, reading between the lines, the statement could be taken as a hint that another title win in Osaka, even if it's once again a relatively weak 12-3 outing, would be good enough to earn a promotion recommendation. Of course, while being elevated to sumo's highest rank comes with unparalleled prestige and glory, it also brings a pressure unique in sport. The Yokozuna Deliberation Committee deliberates at the Ryogoku Kokujikan in Tokyo on Tuesday. Sumo Press Club, in addition to being the living representative of a 2,000-year-old sport whose ideals and existence are often associated with those of the Japanese nation itself. There is no margin for error at the top of sumo. Takakai Sho has lifted the Emperor's Cup on 3 occasions, but each time there has been a gap of at least 2 years between championships. 24 months without a title isn't acceptable for anyone wearing the white rope. The last Yokozuna to go 2 full calendar years between championships was Takanohana between 1998 and 2000, despite the first of those wins bringing him his 20th Emperor's Cup. Not to mention the fact that Takanohana was sumo royalty and the man who had previously elevated the sport to unmatched levels of popularity. Calls to retire were both loud and constant. 3 decades earlier, Takanohana's uncle Wakan Ohana had considered turning down the Yokozuna promotion through fears of being unable to support his family were he unable to live up to the rank and be forced to retire. 2023 marks Takakai Sho's 9th year in professional sumo, but the veteran is still only 26 years of age and entering what are considered to be the prime years for Rikishi. Promotion to Yokozuna for a pusher-thruster with his track record and injury history would almost certainly shorten his career by several years and rob his fans of the chance to see him win more championships. Of course, being part of what is arguably the most exclusive club in all of sport would more than compensate for time lost in the ring. It's hard to imagine Takakai Sho wouldn't immediately snap off the hand of anyone offering the rank of Yokozuna, even if it meant he'd have to retire soon afterward. Kisano Sato being a Yokozuna is a fact that will last long after anyone remembers his tenure at the rank. Whether or not Takakai Sho will take the final step and clinch promotion in the March tournament is hard to predict. Health is never a given, of course, and careers can end at any time. But if he falls off and doesn't make it in Osaka, the current state of sumo means the Ozaki's promotion window should remain open for a while yet.